What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. As we probably have been seeing, um, ICE has been coming in different parts, all different cities in the country, and they've been literally snatching up Mexican people and basically snatching them off the streets, snatching them off their jobs, and running them out of the country. As was stated, would be the case um, once Donald Trump got back into office. Um, I was at the lab last night doing a little recording, and my sister Cliche was showing me where they had actually came into our neighborhood, South Park, the neighborhood we came up in, and there are two um, I guess we would say um, staples restaurants type of staple restaurants in our community. One is Timmy Chan. Anybody ever heard any of my songs, y'all have heard me rap about Timmy Chan, and the other one is Burger Park. Now, I'm not saying this to, I guess, glorify Timmy Chan because, hey, man, we could go into the whole conversation. Timmy Chan never, to my knowledge, ever, or Burger Park either, never really put anything back into the community that he made millions off of. But that's not the conversation right now. The conversation is that a lot of Latino people work at Timmy Chan, work at Burger Park, and that has been the case, for many, many years. So they were coming into those establishments and they were taking people out. So it led me to think, like, well, you know what? That is the case with a lot of businesses here in the United States. I know definitely in our area, but I would also assume in the United States because many of the people that have come into this country, they came to work, and many of them are working. The narrative has always been they're criminals, they're this and they're that, but many of them come to work. So, um, what effect will this mass deportation have on um, U.S. businesses when that labor, which in a lot of cases is actually very cheap labor? It's not because a lot of those Mexican people, they do jobs that a lot of people not are not gonna want to do. A lot of black people ain't gonna want to do them. A lot of white people don't want to do some of those jobs that they do. So, what effect is this gonna have on U.S. businesses? And I was watching a TikTok video that really put it in a better perspective because a lot of those businesses are owned by people who voted for Trump, who is the one who's pushing that policy, and they supported that policy. So it's a boomerang effect starting to develop where it's starting to come around. It's like, wait a minute, yeah, get them out of the country, get them out of here. Wait a minute, they work here, they work for me, you know, and that changes the whole dynamic from that point of view, from business and from an economic standpoint, because if there are no employees, if there are no workers in some of these establishments, then somebody's got to step in and fill those jobs and fill those roles. And again, as I said earlier, a lot of times those are positions and jobs that, you know, a lot of people don't want to do. So now these business owners are going to find themselves in situations where they're going to have to get out there and do it themselves, or it's going to be a mass scramble to employ other people that might want to take those spots. Because anytime you decide that this is going to be um, something that you enforce, this is the policy that you're going to enforce, there's going to be some downsides to it. And I think from the side of these businesses, this is an early glimpse of those downsides that they may not have factored in. So we look at families being just literally torn apart. Families literally being torn apart. And that seems to be it's a wave, and no I don't want to use the word no remorse, but there is a full on thrust. We doing this. It's happening. It's literally happening. And I've spoke with people who have asked me questions about certain things. Some things I know, some things I don't know. But on the basic level of it all, it's always heartbreaking to see families just getting broken apart like that. Because in a lot of these cases, these are productive people who came over here to work. They're not what the narrative painted them out to be. And if you want to point to those who the narrative did paint them out to be, well, then we also got to look internally as well, because I would venture to say that there are more robbers and thieves and killers and rapists and murderers that are homegrown than there are that may have come in undocumented. And some of those people have been here for years and they've never had no issues. So it's really a sad thing to watch. But like I said, it's two edges to the sword. And the edge that we're starting to see now is that edge that's going to start affecting the bottom line of a lot of these businesses. And my guess off the top of the dome would be like places like restaurants and things of that nature. Food establishments, but there are also manual labor places where you have to do actual physical manual labor, and you see a lot of our Mexican brothers and sisters, they do that kind of work. So we're going to have to kind of keep our eyes locked in on how this thing progresses as it moves forward. But, y'all feel free to leave y'all comments and tell me what y'all think, man. All right, it's your big brother K-Rino. I'll catch y'all with another one real soon. The Underground Dialogue podcast will air late tonight. We had some technical issues, but it is gonna air late tonight, y'all. So if anybody happen to be wondering where it's at, what's going on, stay tuned. All right, I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.